Alright, coming down through a set of knots with a casualty when your ropes are too short. My ropes aren't even touching the ground at the moment. Tied some alpines, and of course there's taking up some rope within that, so they're actually slightly off the ground. For this I'm not going to have enough rope to re-anchor the rope to itself, so what we'll do here, once my hand has hit the knot, I'm going to park my casualty back on their ropes, on these ropes right here, and I'm going to separate ourselves from it, and we're going to pass the ropes, or the knots rather, individually. Okay, so first things first, for my casualty, to park them, I'm going to grab their ASAP. I'm going to reinstall that above my ID, or my rig, and I'm going to use a Grion with a rescue sander on it. We're also going to clip that to their sternum. That rescue sander is going to go on my backup line. Okay, I'll put that above my ASAP right there. So I'll just approach my casualty side on here. It's going to be easier for us to separate. Or sideways like this. It's going to go onto their sternal D-ring. You can cinch that up. Just like so. Okay, so both connections are going to the casualty sternal. From here, I'm going to descend on my rig so that they weight that Grion. All the way off. Now their weight's on that Grion right there. I can remove my points of connection to the casualty. Separate that hard point and that soft point, so that we're completely separate. You see? I'm going to focus on getting myself past this knot first. So I'm going to descend right to the knot. And it's a good point to separate yourself completely from that casualty. I'll be going into my crawl here. So it's a point of contention here. If you're in your crawl with a casualty connected to you. Is that good? It can be better. So we're separating them completely here to get past that knot. Going to down crawl to the knot so I can reset my gear, make sure we're not going to get hung up on anything. And from this point we can lower them to a more manageable position, making sure their ASAP is going to be following us. And we're going to make our 2 points here. I can see that my ASAP, it's not loaded, but it could get loaded once this casualty becomes weighted on my rope here. So it could be a good idea, once I've made these 2 points, this is my hard point, and my soft point. Right away, before I lower them onto me, I'm going to steal this ASAP that they no longer need. Just to get rid of that potential of me getting hung up on that ASAP. So we're a bit happier there. We can lower them all the way now onto me below the knot. If that rescue sander is all the way up there, you don't need to retrieve it. We're doing a rescue here, we can leave that behind. And then using friction, we can come down to the ground.